Alright, so it's my first stream. I know that I haven't really been on YouTube really all that much, but I've been really busy lately. I've been haven't really been getting any sleep. I'm really just trying to look for a job right now, so. But anyway, I have all these I had all the tabs up because I want to talk to you guys about the new computer I plan to build. Now, it's not going to be soon, but it's going to be on YouTube. So, for the processor, I'm going with the Ryzen 7 2700X. It's 8 cores and 16 threads, and it has a really awesome Wraith Prism RGB cooler. That's an amazing looking cooler. And it's a really good CPU. Now, people might ask, well, why didn't you go with the... I forgot to pull this up earlier. Other CPU options. Why didn't I go with the Ryzen 5 2600? It's 6 cores, 12 threads. The thing I don't like about this chip is it comes with a Wraith Stealth cooler, which I really don't like, but the thing is, if you buy this and you replace that, because that really won't do anything for a Ryzen 5 2600, it really won't work. If you're running at stock speeds, it'll work. Barely. But if you want to overclock at all, which this thing is really slow out of the box, like 3.2, I think. Don't use the Wraith Stealth cooler. I wouldn't. Or if you want, I think this is a better deal of the. Oh well, it was a better deal when it was cheaper. Okay, at 217. Let me see. That's actually worth considering. If. Oh, okay, no. Oh no, never mind. So it's either this or but a lot of people will ask, well, why didn't you go with the 1700? Well, I picked the 2700X for a couple of reasons. First off, it's faster. I mean, that's obvious, but the cooler is also better than this one. This one comes with the Wraithspire RGB cooler, which it's fine. It'll run this CPU at like 3.7, 3.8 out of the box, overclocked. Which is why I would not recommend a 2600 on the Wraith Stealth cooler, by the way. Because the Wraith Stealth was really made for the 4-core processors. Like the 2200G and the 2400G. Hey, those are fine on a stealth cooler, but not the other one. But those are CPU options. But here's why I went with where'd I put it? Oh, that's the 1700. Okay, here we go. Here's why I went with it. Here's the real reason why I went with this. Actually, I'm actually getting this bundle. I'm getting it with the X470 Gaming M7 anyway, so. By the way, that's an awesome looking motherboard. That's really the only reason why I picked it. It's because I love the look of it. It overclocks really well, from what I hear. Really, really good board. But here's why I chose that. 8 core, 16 threads. A lot of you who have been looking at the PC side of things will know that Black Ops 4 is basically maxing out 12 threads. If not maxing it out, it's close. It's using 12 threads at the very least, at minimum. That's why I wouldn't go with a 2600, 2600X, 1600. Then again, I wouldn't get a 1600X either because that doesn't come with a cooler, but that's why the only CPUs that I'm going to look at are the Ryzen 7s. I would actually consider the i7 8700K because that's sort of a specialized CPU, and it's faster than the Ryzen 5 chips, so that cancels out the... But I know that we're getting an i9 processor soon. We're getting an i9 with 8 core, 16 threads. That's gonna be a monster. It's gonna be... That CPU is gonna be amazing. Not gonna get it though, and here's why. Because it's gonna be really expensive. I already know that. You know, the 8700K is like, I think it's like $430 right now. How much is it? Oh, my bad. It's $359. Actually, that's not bad, but $419. Okay, Ryzen's still cheaper. And Ryzen actually includes a cooler for cheaper. And if you're wanting to get an 8700K, you're probably most likely going to overclock it to 5 gigahertz or above. Possibly 4.8 at the very least. Here's what I will put on it. 280mm liquid cooler from Corsair. Here's a 240mm version, the H100i Pro. Still, I wouldn't buy that. 280mm coolers are bigger. With this, you'll get 5 gigahertz, I'm sure. I don't know, because I've never used it. I've never used any liquid cooler, actually. I just hear that they're really good. But, and I believe it. I believe the people that use liquid coolers. If I had an i7, I would definitely use a liquid cooler. I wouldn't buy that, though. I really wouldn't. And besides, we got the money for an i7. $20? You're building like a $2,000 or more system. $20 is nothing. And like, for example, I'm building a $2,500 system. And I still got money to spare in the budget. I mean, I don't have the money right now, but that's because I need a job, but I'm looking for one at the moment. If any of you guys, know anything, or if anyone's hiring, please let me know. But, by the way, I'm drinking Dr. Pepper. But this cooler is really good. I love that RGB pump, by the way. Fans look cool. Here's 360mm version for $30 more. If you can afford it, I'd buy it. If your case can fit it. That's honestly the only reason why I would think anyone would buy 240 is because they don't have the room for a 280 or 360, so they just buy a 240. If you don't have the room, then, I mean, there's not really a choice. It's either 120 or 240. But even then, if you're putting this into a cheap case, why? to i7 or Ryzen 7. What, like, why would you? If you want to compromise, get the 2600 and put, don't even put this cooler on it. This cooler is really good. So many people, well, I'm pretty sure all of you know about this cooler. Put this cooler on it. Yeah, this is going to be a tech live stream. Sorry if you were expecting something else, but I really want to talk about technology in this stream. Don't worry, I'm going to talk about other things. I'm going to talk about where my channel is going to go later on in the stream. But put this cooler on the 2600, or if you want some bling in your case, Hyper 212 LED. Great coolers. Really, really great coolers. If you're at i7 or Ryzen 7 territory, though, would I buy this? Because I'm building a... Basically, I'm going to give you alternative options for the build, but, you know, because now we're in coolers, but... Would I buy this? No. It's $30. It doesn't belong on an i7 or Ryzen 7. The only reason why I would buy a cooler like this is if you have an i7 8700 and has a stock cooler, because the stock cooler won't run on the i7 8700. I've heard it thermal throttles hard on the stock cooler, and Intel really needs to get rid of that stock cooler anyway. It's terrible. It's awful. But put this on an i7 8700. I wouldn't put it on an 8700K because you're paying so much on your build that $30 is... Unless you're running at stock speeds. If you're running at stock speeds, then... I'd buy that. Not right there. But anyway, that's cooler. But would I buy a cooler for the 2700? No, nah, not really. Out of the box, this CPU will run at 4 GHz auto overclocking itself. XFR 2, basically. It'll run at 4.0 GHz, I believe, most of the time. Depending on what you're doing. I know with video editing and such, it'll run at like, I think 3.8 or something, but basically it'll run at 4 GHz. If you want to overclock, well, then again, if you want to overclock, I wouldn't do it on 2nd gen Ryzen anymore, because it runs at 4 GHz out of the box. That's all you need. 4.2, I looked at benchmarks and such. 4.2 doesn't really get you anything. The auto overclocking is better. It's cooler. You get minuscule amounts of performance gain for more heat, so don't do it. But that's CPU. So CPU and cooler. Next is going to be motherboard. I should have just stayed on that screen, honestly. So many motherboard choices. Okay, I wouldn't buy that. I know a lot of you guys are going to hate me because I didn't go for this. Because I didn't go for this motherboard, but I love ASUS boards, I really do. I love the look of it and everything. There is actual reason why, though. I'll get to that after I pull up the final one I would consider. MSI X470 Gaming M7 AC. 2 M.2 slots. Great power delivery system. This will, I'm sure this thing will overclock that Ryzen 4.2 gigahertz, no effort. Great cooling too. I actually just considered this one because because this thing looks really cool. I want a cool looking system. I want a really awesome looking system. Has AC Wi-Fi built in, of course, with AC. Clear CMOS button, 5 USB ports. Actually 6. One being 3.1 Type A and Type C. Full audio jacks. Great board. X470 Gaming Pro Carbon is the other board I would recommend for MSI. Two M.2 slots and such. Gaming Plus. Would I recommend it for a 2700X? No. And these two are basically the same board. As you can see, the power delivery is the same on the two boards. If you look up here and up here, see, same. These are fine boards, but I don't have any problem with these boards. These boards look really good for what they are. I would consider them, but I wouldn't quite do it for a 2700X. You're pushing it, but yeah, good boards from MSI. ASUS, oh boy, I have. There's only two boards I would recommend from ASUS. This one and this one. That's it. The Strix board. I don't know what they did to the Strix design. I don't like the look of this board. This board looked ugly to me. Like, really? What's with all the... Okay, the Republic of Gamers looks nice. I like that. The rest of it, though, no. Like this. Join the Republic right here. It just looks dumb to me, honestly. And the power delivery looks good. Looks okay. You know, the RGB LED looks cool. I mean, not on that, but on this. And if you want it, it's not a bad buy by any means. It also has a built-in M.2 shield. I really like that. It's not a bad board. It's actually a good board. It's actually a good board. Really good board, but I don't really like it. I'd buy this, and I'd buy this. Prime X470 Pro. This board is probably the deal in terms of X470 boards right now. Overall, overall best features for the money, pretty much. Good audio system. I actually like this design. I really like the design. Good power delivery. Tons of USB ports on this thing. I love it. Now then, let's talk about the entry-level boards. X470 Ultra Gaming. If you want an entry-level board, don't even consider the other ones. Buy this one. Better audio. 2 M.2 slots. Most of the other ones have 1, believe it or not. More USB ports. And really good design. I like these new Gigabyte designs. Now the Gaming 7. This is a really good board. The power delivery on this thing is really good. The power delivery cooling is. The cooling is great on this board. The caps are really good too, looks like. Tons of RGB, of course. The thing is, I don't like the way these M.2 piece things look. They look cheap. Like, the rest of the board looks good, but these look... like, they need something more stylish than that. Like, that just looks... That's just a basic heat sink. I don't know. If you want tons of RGB though, run to this board, run to it, because the fan headers on here are unique. They're hybrid. So if you plug in fans to this thing, it doesn't matter what fan it is. If it's RGB or non-RGB, it doesn't matter. They can all be connected up to this board, and they'll all run through the software. That is an amazing feature, honestly. But yeah, I do think the board looks nice. I just don't think it looks I don't think it looks as good as the other boards because the pipe sticking out right here. But it's a nice looking board though, and it also has a built-in M.2 shield as well, and of course, tons of USB ports. 4 USB 3, USB 3.1, Type C, and everything. USB 2. Well, this thing has tons of USB ports. Great board. Crosshair 7 Hero. This is probably the best. Actually, it is the best X470 board. Love the design. Tons of fan headers. This thing has the most USB ports. 8 USB 3.1 ports. That is insane. And a USB Type A and Type C, of course. A BIOS USB, another USB 2 for something. And Wi-Fi. Wow, this has amazing connectivity. This is the best connectivity on X470 board. Thing is, the only reason why I didn't choose this board, and it sounds kind of petty, but I like the design of the MSI slightly more. But this board is amazing, though. Amazing board. Amazing board. And also, it's more expensive. It's the most expensive X470. Taichi. Oh, Taichi Ultimate. Where's the Taichi? I wouldn't buy this board. The only difference between this and the Taichi regular is this, that the gray is changed with black. The only thing that this board has, the other one doesn't, is 5 gigabit per second LAN and the gray accents. That's it. I wouldn't consider that, honestly. And you save $100? That's great. Because this costs more than the Crosshair 7 Hero does. Why not just buy the other board? I can't find it. Standard Taichi. Let's just put it that way. Standard Taichi. Already covered that one. So, that's motherboard, cooler, CPU. What's this? Oh, the Hyper 212. Storage. When I get my next, whenever I get more money or whatever, I'm going to buy this anyway, so this actually is not included in the budget. Because I'm actually going to get Windows off of this computer that I'm using right now, and I'm going to clone it to this SSD. I need an SSD. This computer does not have a hard drive whatsoever. I mean, only has a hard drive, and doesn't have an SSD whatsoever. It's going to make a dramatic difference to everyday use. I already know because I'm running this off a hard drive. It's not bad. It's a fast hard drive, but it will be night and day when compared to this. This is way more fast than a hard drive is. Great drive, and the Samsung cloning software is good. The only thing is that you don't need a Samsung drive. These drives are actually more expensive than the other drives out right now. What's the other drive I would recommend? If this thing had custom cloning software, I would run to this drive. Because this drive is awesome, from what I hear. Crucial MX500. Is it as fast as the Samsung drive? No. Will you care or note and slash or notice? No. All solid state drives are these are SATA based. So, well, we'll get to NVMe in a minute, but this is SATA. This is a serial ATA drive, so it runs off a SATA cable. Because of that, the performance is not a giant leap off unless you go to either extremely budget SSDs, or if you go to really old SSDs or like terrible SSDs. Otherwise, the performance is within 10%, 20% of each other. It won't even matter because these things are so fast. But the performance really doesn't matter because these drives are because the SSD, it's like SSDs themselves are so fast that the serial ATA interface is being reached anyway. So there's a performance cap essentially. So these have already hit the cap, so it really won't matter. Great drive though. Great drive. I'm not on graphics cards yet. We'll get to that. Case, power supply. It's actually not the power supply I'm using for the build anyway. In any case, RGB. Where is it? Did I put it on here? The Gaming X Trio is coming back into actual stock. I must not have put it on here. Sorry, I'm using XSplit to capture this stream right now. I hope it's fine. This is my first one. I don't know what I'm doing, so. Oh yeah, I didn't put it on here. Dang it. This drive is amazing. 500 gig, 970 EVO. This is okay. I won't say. Besides the 970 Pro, which nobody should buy, except for professional users that are doing what I'm doing right now, pretty much, and building a server, and spending like thousands of dollars on their computer equipment. No, get the Evo. This is, besides the Pro, and besides some really specialist Intel drives that isn't even in this conversation because they don't make any sense. Sorry, my phone. Buy this. This is an amazingly fast drive. Besides those other drives, I'm not even going to say it anymore, is this the fastest. Because NVMe takes the full advantage of the SSD performance. So this is way faster. If the Samsung 860 EVO gets 500 megabytes per second, this will get like 1,200. It's that, but even then, it's not even that critical because once you go to a SSD, that's most of the benefits. So you don't need this. Honestly, what I recommend most people should get is actually get a faster Evo 860 Evo drive. 1 terabyte, which cost exactly the same price. Wow. Oh, yeah, these were ridiculously expensive a while ago, but these are coming down so much. Actually, I would buy this. Actually, I might replace my drive in my car with this. That's worth considering. But yeah, buy this instead of that one. Graphics cards. This computer doesn't have a graphics card because I can't put one in there. If any of you guys have old computer hardware, or have computer hardware that you don't want to use anymore, that would be great. I would love to. I would love it. Because I don't really have anything right now. I mean, I have a computer in here, another computer in here, That's actually a full computer, but it's so old at this point. And actually, I'm selling my Wii and my PlayStation 3. They're both fully functional, so don't worry. The only thing the Wii doesn't come with is the sensor bar, but sensor bar is like $5. But if you guys want it, go ahead. I'll talk to you guys, you know, in private. Not on stream, obviously, but, you know, it's great, you know. I'm selling them for a really good discount, honestly. You know, I put them up there for $50, but I'll sell it to you for less. I think I'll bring them down to $30. I mean, come on, it's $30 for a game for a game console, $30 each. That's a screaming deal. But graphics, anyway, back to graphics cards. In a $2,000 or higher build, 1080 Ti. Nothing, you can buy 1080, you can buy 1070, you can buy 1080. No, get a 1080 Ti because it'll last you longer. Even at 1080p, it'll last you longer. And if you want to do high refresh rates, 1080 Ti. If you want to do multiple monitors, 1080 Ti because it's that fast. I know the RTX cards are out. I think I'll do a separate stream on that because that's a whole nother animal right there. Let me know if you guys want to see that. Talking about those. But this is a really good graphics card. I love it. It has 3 fans. The card I was looking at before was the Gaming S Trio, but then it was out of stock and it costed so much money. But I think it's starting, yeah, that's only $800. Okay, about a little less than $800. That's actually that was actually what it costed MSRP a while ago, was $800. That's actually a really good price. This is actually the card I was looking at before. I'm looking. This was the first time I seen it in stock again after a while. But this is the card I'm gonna get. But this is the card I'm gonna get for now because it's similar. I mean, the Gaming S Trio is quieter and bigger, and it's probably better, most likely. Won't matter. It's a graphics card. Won't matter. Case. Cases are personal. Very personal. Full tower case. For what I want to put in here, and to have the upgrade potential that this build, basically this build is going to be $2,500 because I want the flexibility to upgrade my system over the years. I won't have to compromise on anything. I'll have a fully functional system for at least 5 years, maybe more, depending on what I do, and I'll just be able to upgrade it. I won't have to build a whole new system. But great case. This is a full tower. The top can support 3 120 fans, a 120 or 140 in the back, tons of SSD. Look at this. You can have like 6 SSDs or 6 hard drives in here, two more solid state drives over there, even more on the back even, and 3 DVD drive mounts. I know. But I'm gonna put a DVD drive and I'm gonna put a card reader in here because I'm gonna be doing video editing and I actually will use the DVD drive. Believe it or not. Yeah, DVD drive in 2018. What am I, crazy? But no. In all seriousness, dust filters on everything. You won't get dust in here. Great case. What if you don't want this case? Well, or like if you want something more modern. Actually, let me go to Newegg. Newegg's better about cases, in my opinion. The only thing I recommend is if you're going for $2,000 or more, don't buy a case that's less than $100. Even though it's minor, but the cases are just better. on it. Like, I'm being completely honest with you, the cases are just better. The Threadripper, I'm definitely doing a stream on that. That's a beast. Oh, no, not, we don't put this stuff in a mini tower, just don't. You could get the 570X right here. I would really not put anything in the P300. P300 is a really good case. The only $80 case I would consider putting any of this stuff in is the Fractal Design Mesh 5C. But that's because it has really, really good cooling. And has really, really good cooling potential. But that's the only reason why. Any of these cases will work well. The H500P, okay, that's not the mesh version. If you're going for this kind of stuff, you need the mesh version of this case. The H500M, yeah, here we go. Yeah, you need this case, yeah. If you want any of this, it's expensive, it's $200, but yeah, any of these cases will work fine, except for that one. Actually, let me go, so that we have some perspective. Alright, here we go. I wouldn't use that. I don't even know DIY PC. Is that case good? If anyone knows, please let me know. Is that case good? I will use any of these cases, though. Not that. That's just ugly. Actually, let me put in my brands. I'll put in my top 5 brands. How about that? Actually, I'll put in all the brands I recommend. The build was actually, at first, going to be a Be Quiet build, but then I just went into issues, and I just said, no, I'm not going to do a Be Quiet build. Even though I love their cases. Okay, all these cases are good. All these cases are good. Yep, I would consider any of these cases. 275R, I would recommend. Mesh 5C, any of these cases will work really well. Really good. But the case I'm using for the build is going to be that. RAM. Alright. My favorite topic. If you're building $2,000 or more, you shouldn't be building anything less than 16 gigs. 16 gigs of RAM. Don't even consider less than... but why 32 gigs? Well, because I'm going to do video editing, and I know video editing eats your RAM. And I'm going to be doing streaming like I am right now. I'm actually planning on getting an ultra-wide monitor, and that also requires more RAM. Because I'm going to be doing tons of multitasking and stuff. But I bought it as I'm going to buy it as 2 16-gig sticks instead of 4 8s, because I'll have the option to upgrade to 64 if I ever need it, which I probably won't, but just in case. You know, you never know. Power supply. RM850i, 80 plus gold, 850 watt. Would I put a bronze power supply? No. It's more efficient. The gold power supplies are more efficient. They have better components, and they're just better. So, and they're not that much more money. So, but why'd I go with 850 watts? Because, like I said, I want to have the option to upgrade my stuff in the future. This build would be fine with a 550 or 600 watt power supply. You don't need 850 watts remotely. It would run good on a 450 watt power supply even. Like, even though I'd run it on more than that, but you know, you don't want to cut it that close to the margin. But also it comes with a free Commander Pro, which I want to use this. I want this. So it would just sweeten the deal right there. Great power supply, and it also comes with Corsair Link software, both of these. So that's why I have tons of Corsair stuff, so I can monitor my build and stuff, and I can change fan profiles and such on the fly. RGB strips, I'm gonna put these in. I want an awesome RGB system. That's the only real reason. RGB fans, same thing. So let me know what you guys think about this. Do you like it? Do you not like it? What do you want me to change or whatever? This is my first time, so I don't know. I would love tips. So I think I'm gonna do another live stream tomorrow. It's gonna be a gaming live stream. Don't worry. There's gonna be gameplay in the background and stuff, but